Okay, go.
Okay, now we're back from a commercial break. Norman, your team got off to a rather conspicuous start. Saka was a little wild in the first inning. He gave up 3 runs, and tell us about that. How was he pitching that first inning?
Saka, the first inning was, Saka gets there a few minutes before game time, so maybe he was not fully warmed up yet. But Saka was a little rough in the first inning, a couple of walks that he would love to have back. The fielding wasn't that great in the first inning either. They scored 3 runs at the top of the first, game 1. And if you're following our team all year, that's a big deficit for us. We don't score runs.
Right.
But Eddie Richney led off the bottom of the first with a 4-pitch walk or 5-pitch walk. Leo Pachotto got a base hit, and then Steven Safdie had a 3-run homer in the gap, right center field gap. Line drive, no doubt about it, home run. And then just like that, it was 3-3 again. And then we were able to edge out game 1, 6-4.
Well, tell us about the last inning. They had a couple of guys on, right? And then what happened with that? It was up. It was bases loaded, wasn't it?
It was
2 outs, no one on. I think Sammy and Red made the first 2 outs.
Yeah, Sammy and Red made the first 2 outs. Those 2 guys made out every time they were up all day, by the way. So those were 2 outs automatic every time. And then after that, they turned their lineup. Their top of the lineup, I think Elliot Patesh started it off with a base hit. And then I believe Zvi got a big hit in there.
So he made the last out.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
So the number 2 batter.
Walter got a hit.
The number 2
Well,
batter.
Zvi's going to hit number 2, right?
No,
he hit
Zvi
third.
bats third. And
It's probably one of the Shulmans. Jared, maybe? It was...
maybe it was Jared Shulman. Whatever it was, they got a few men on, and it started to get a little scary. We were up 6-4 for a few innings, and we weren't able to add on. And then they came back in the last inning. Max Sutton, I still have the headache in my head. He said it maybe 1,000 times. 7-6, 7-6. Like they're going to come back and win 7-6 when they were down 6-4. They didn't come back in that game, and the final score was 6-4.
There was a 3-1 pitch to Svi that we saw from the other field. We all thought was low.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And you were catching, so and we're miles away. We thought it was low.
It was low and also a little outside as well.
Ball 4?
And it was definitely ball 4. They called it a strike. By the way, okay, now you reminded me. That was a makeup call because the at-bat before was a 2-2 pitch that Saka threw a ball right down the middle of the plate that the umpire didn't call a strike.
And he took it?
And he took it, and it should have been strike 3 for the game. Everyone cheered, and he called the ball 3.
Wow.
So that's exactly what happened. He must have walked that guy, the number 2 batter, and then I guess the umpire felt bad and called a strike on Zvi, and then we got the last out. I mean, the umpiring, I hate to bash them, that game was despicable.
But I think Mansel's leading in umpire of the year, by the way, so I don't know.
Well, he's a good guy.
Coming in?
They want to retract their votes, maybe.
No, he's a good guy, and he's fair, but we just felt he missed a few calls. By the way, he also gave us a piece of his mind saying that we're all babies, we're here to play softball, play the game, and stop talking to the umpire. So he has a point there also. Yeah,
no, he's a veteran umpire than YMSL, and we really should, be appreciative that he keeps coming back, because there's not that many that do, so we gotta, he takes a lot, but he understands the intensity of the playoffs, so I don't think he'll throw anybody out unless
Right.
he actually took a bump from Morabia 2 years ago in the playoffs, and didn't throw him out because he understood the ramifications of that. So he was banged up about that for a while, but so he's one of the better umpires that we have to offer.
Right. Now, in game 2, we were up 4-2 all game. And no, we were down 4-2 all game, sorry. And then we had 2 outs, nobody on. And Maurice Haber was up. We actually started the inning with our 3, 4, and 5. Our 3 and 4 got out. Our 2 and 3 got out. So Maurice Haber was batting 4th. He got a 2-out triple.
Wow.
And then Jordy got a base hit after that, and then Ike Norwood got a base hit after that, and then there was a walk sprinkled in somewhere. Bottom line, we were down 4-3, bases loaded, 2 outs, and Jeffrey Saka batting. And Saka had a long at-bat. It was like 2-0, and then it was 3-1, and finally the last pitch was 3-2. And he swung, and he ended up flying out. and some are saying that it might have been ball 4. It was. I think, my opinion, it was too close to take.
Yeah.
Although I think it was a ball, I think you can't not swing the bat there though.
No, we were watching that from our angle on the right field. It looked too close to take, and you certainly don't want to strike out looking in that situation.
With the bases loaded.
And he actually, to his credit, he got a decent shot.
And the base hits 2 runs. You know, so.
100%, and he got the game-winning hit for us just a couple weeks ago in the same spot.
Triple.
So
he was he hitting for somebody in that spot?
No, he was batting that game.
Oh, he was batting for
He
himself.
batted that game, yeah.
So and they jumped up like that was there was some fireworks after that game, but hopefully all heads will cool off and prevail to have a good game 3. But
there was some off the field issues, I guess, during the week.
Yeah.
Between a couple of the Shulmans and Eddie Rishdi, and it ended up the Shulmans screaming, calling him names after the game during their celebration, and it almost resulted in fisticuffs.
Yeah.
But
was it breaking it up?
No, I was exhausted from catching 2 games. I was very far
said let
from
him
it,
fight, let him
but I
finish.
heard noise. All of a sudden, I look up and I see people charging and Big Sawley dividing them, stopping. He was breaking them up, and a lot of people were in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And
our
I ran to see what was going on.
producers are trying to get Eddie on the phone to get his version of the events, and
I think he's ignoring the call.
We'll see about that. Yeah, he's been avoiding the media, so we'll hopefully get his version. And but other than that was just an incredible doubleheader.
Yes.
And not to be outdone, we're going to get to the Dirty Dozen U.S. Marshals, which was Moses Eastman and Allie Marshall pitched 2 gems. And it was incredible. One of the best defensive games I've seen in a long time. And it started out game 1 in the 2nd inning. U.S. Marshals took a quick 2-0 lead, and Moses was pitching great. Allie was pitching even better.
Actually, it was 2-0.
2-0.
Dirty Dozen.
Yeah, Dirty Dozen.
Right.
Sorry, it's 2 Dirty Dozen. And tell us, how did the Marshals get back into the game?
So I don't remember how they went up 2-0, but at one point they were.
Yeah, they were up 2-0.
They were up 2-0. They had Eddie Michon on third with 1 out, and Solly Towell hit a ground ball to David Azer at short. He looked back, Eddie, then he threw to Solomon for the 2nd out, and then we had no idea he would be coming home, but Eddie Michon started rushing, coming home to try to get the 3rd run, and Saban threw a great throw to me. I caught it and
doubled them up.
So that was a big turnaround. Otherwise, they go up 3-0, and
a couple of interesting
that really
points. Solly Towell swung at a 3-0 pitch at that,
right?
Which was kind of surprising, and
I guess he's looking just to put the ball somewhere and play.
Adam Marshall played it perfect. Solomon made an incredible throw home.
Yeah, he made a great throw.
He made a great tag. He covered the plate, and
I got cut up on my hand from his cleats. It's a little bit rough, by the way. Let's talk about catching.
What do you think of your catching debut? Exactly.
He is my idol from now on, and I stand up to him when he walks into the room. From now, my legs are killing me. I cannot even move. So I'm telling you, it's until you try it, you don't know what it is. It's rough. It's rough stuff. I'm telling you. It's hot back there. You're crouching down. You're throwing balls back to the pitcher. All times, if there's a man on second to get a base hit, you got to be ready, flipping your mask and see what's going on. But it's a lot of fun, and Allie was great to catch for. So Allie was a lot of fun also catching. So
and you had to play at the plate.
We had to play at the plate, and it was a very low scoring game. So it wasn't like you're just sitting there for 20 minutes at a time behind the plate. A lot of 1, 2, 3 innings.
So quick. Yeah.
It was quick, so it was okay. But the play at the plate's a real rush, especially when the throw's coming from first and you don't know where the guy is coming down the line. So, but one other thing I wanted to mention, how they went up 2-0. Eddie Michon's son was batting, I believe, 9th at the time, and we did not know Moses was up after him. We had no idea Moses was up after. There was actually a man on second at the time, and we pitched to Jack. And he got a hit, and then all of a sudden Moses came up, and we all looked at each other like, oh boy. We had no idea he was even in that lineup, and then he popped up to Allie Moses or something when he got up. So Allie was flipping, how come no one knows? And Dash is on the side, and then he didn't even look at the book. So, that was
that was a big play, and we'll talk about the rest of the game, the turning point of the game, right after the commercial break.